Hello, and from a still frosty, undisclosed location, this is Kurt Berglund with another Stratomatic gem. I'm calling it a gem series, even though it's not part of their gem series teams, at least not yet. We're starting a best of three super advanced Stratomatic series today, involving the 2018 Milwaukee Brewers, who made the playoffs, lost in the league championship series to the Los Angeles Dodgers in 2018. Versus the 2016 Chicago Cubs, who were the world champions. This battle is, I'm calling it the I-94 Gem Series, simply because these ballparks are both on I-94. And I'm clever that way. Very, very clever. So, best of three series using Stratomatic Super Advanced. No holds barred. Both teams, and I'm throwing up in my mouth a little bit as I say this, with 12 pitchers on the roster, just because I'm weak and not admirable at all. So, let's go through the lineups for today. Because the Cubs won the World Series in their season, I've elected to give them the home field advantage. Yes. So, Wrigley Field in 2016 was a fairly neutral ballpark, except for home run chances for right-handed hitters, who were a little advantaged by the friendly confines. So, the 18 Brewers against the 16 Cubs starting right now. The lineups for the visiting 18 Brewers. Leading off in center field, Lorenzo Cain. Batting second in right field, Christian Yelich. Batting third in left field, Ryan Braun. Batting fourth at first base, Jesus Aguilar. Batting fifth at second base, Hernan Perez. Batting sixth at third base, Mike Moustakas. Batting seventh behind the plate, Manny Pena. And batting eighth at shortstop, Orlando Arcia. Batting ninth is the pitcher, Ulyss Chassin. He's a right-hander, and he was the ace of the staff in 2018. In 2018, he was 15-8 with a 3.50 earned run average in a whopping for the time period, 35 starts and 193 innings pitched. A right-hander. For the homestanding 2016 Chicago Cubs, leading off in center field, Dexter Fowler. Batting second at first base, Anthony Rizzo. Batting third at third base, Chris Bryant. Batting fourth in left field, Ben Zobrist. Batting fifth at shortstop, Addison Russell. Batting sixth in right field, Jason Hayward. Batting seventh at second base, Javi Baez. And batting eighth, doing the catching, the personal catcher of the starting pitcher today, who hits ninth. This is David Ross, new Cubs manager. And on the mound for the Cubs in Game 1 is left-hander Jon Lester. Jon Lester in 2016 went 19-5 with a 2.44 earned run average in 32 starts, and he pitched 203 innings. All right, I think we're ready to go with this one, Game 1 in Wrigley Field. The pitch to Lorenzo Cain, starting off this game against left-hander Jon Lester. Line shot at Bryant, and that's one down. Just like that, we're off and running. Christian Yelich, the 2018 MVP, stands in against Lester. Fly ball center field, that's Dexter Fowler. He will make the play, and that's two down. And Ryan Braun, the left fielder for the Brewers today, draws a walk. Braun is on with two outs. And now he's got a chance to steal a base. Are they going to let him try that? He's going to try and get the jump off of Lester, notoriously horrible at holding runners on base. He does not get the jump. So they're going to hold him where he is. And yeah, they're going to hold him where he is and let Aguilar try and blast one over the fence. And Aguilar strikes out, and that ends the top of the first for the Brewers. Go to the bottom of the first, we are scoreless. And the Brewers take the field. The Cubs come to bat, Dexter Fowler against the right-hander Chacin. Fly ball center field, that's Kane with plenty of room, and that's one down. Anthony Rizzo stands in, hits a grounder to Moustakas. And Moustakas has it clang off his glove. Rizzo's going to be safe at first. They're going to give him a single on that one. Could have scored it in air, but they didn't. There's one man out and one man on for Chris Bryant. He takes a called third strike. And that's 2 outs with Rizzo still planted at first base. And Ben Zobrist stands in against the right-hander Chacin. Ground ball, another chance for Moustakas. And he makes the play for the third out. We've played 1 inning, and we are scoreless at Wrigley Field. Between these two interdivision rivals from 2018 and 2016. Hernan Perez stands in against John Lester. Hit deep, way back, Zobrist to the wall. He's in the well, and he will make the catch for the first out. Wow. Perez took him to the wall, but did not get enough. Mike Moustakas draws a walk against Lester. 1 out, 1 on for Manny Pena, the Brewers catcher. Comebacker to Lester. This could be interesting. Could be interesting. Okay, he makes the play, but Moustakas will advance. Lester gets the out at first to Rizzo, but Moustakas goes to second. And Joe Madden has his first decision of the day. He's got Arcia coming up with 2 outs and first base open. He's going to pitch to Orlando. I'm not sure Madden would do that, but he's going to have Lester pitch to him. Moustakas on second, and there's 2 outs. And Arcia comes through with a base hit right up the middle. Moustakas is going to score, and the Brewers take a 1-0 lead. They could have walked him, but they elected not to, and now Arcia made him pay. Chacin stands in against Lester, and he lines a base hit. That's going to send Arcia all the way to third base, and it's first and third with 2 outs for Lorenzo Cain. Brewers have a chance for a big inning. It's first and third. Arcia on third, Chacin on first, Cain at the bat. Ground ball, Addison Russell. Addison Russell makes the play to Rizzo at first, and that retires the side. But the Brewers bust out on top with a 1-0, with 1 run for a 1-0 lead going to the bottom of the second. Addison Russell against Chacin. Ground ball second base, that's Perez. He will throw to Aguilar, and that's 1 down. Jason Hayward draws a walk. Hayward's got some speed. Hayward's got some wheels. Javi Baez stands in against Chacin. Comebacker, Chacin. Comebacker, checking the errors. And Chassin fumbles it, and everybody's going to be safe. Baez is safe at first. Hayward is safe at second. There's one man out for David Ross. John Lester's on deck. David Ross stands in. Ground ball second base. Perez going to take the sure out at first. Both runners will advance. And with 2 outs, Hayward on third and Baez on second, it's going to be John Lester standing in. Not much of a hitter in 2016. The pitch to him is a ground ball second. That's Perez. He's going to tie a record held by many and make the third assist in the inning for the third out. After 2 innings, it's the Brewers 1 and the Cubs nothing in game 1 of this best of 3. Christian Yelich leads off the third against John Lester, and he hits it deep, way back to right field. This is going to drive Hayward to the wall, and Hayward is going to make the catch, and that's the first out of the third inning. Twice now, the Brewers have had chances for home runs, but they've fallen just short. Brian Braun stands in with 1 out and nobody on. He lines one in the corner. This one's going to get to the wall. Zobrist digs it out and throws it back in. Braun stops at second with a double. Brewers with a golden chance to score. 1 out. Braun in scoring position. Jesus Aguilar standing in, the big man, with 1 out. Wild pitch chance. He did not throw a wild pitch. Aguilar. Ground ball. Russell. Ground ball. Russell. And he will make the play to first base to retire Aguilar. And because of his hit to Russell, Braun does not advance. And that's going to bring up Hernan Perez with a chance to drive in the Brewers' second run. 2 outs. Braun on second takes his lead. Lester to the belt. Pitch to Perez. Is a strikeout as Lester smokes him with gas. We've played 2.5, and the Brewers are ahead 1-0. Dexter Fowler leads off the third inning for the Cubs. And he strikes out on a Chassin changeup. And Rizzo stands in with 1 out, nobody on. Rizzo's 1 for 1 today. Ground ball second, that's Perez, who's had a lot of action. 2 down. And Chris Bryant stands in. 2 out, nobody on for the Cubs. He's hit by the pitch. Chassin didn't want to do that. And Bryant takes his base. Ben Zobrist stands in. Bryant at first. Zobrist stands in. And he draws a walk. Chassin may be in a little bit of trouble here. How do they want to do this? How do they want to do this? They're going to get Corbin Burns throwing in the bullpen. And Zobrist is on first base. So it's Bryant on second, Zobrist on first with 2 outs in the bottom of the third inning. The Brewers lead 1-0. Addison Russell stands in with a chance to drive in the Cubs' first run of the day. Ground ball Perez. Ground ball, Hernan Perez. No error, but he can't make the play. They're going to give him a single. Cubs officials score a little bit generous today. The bases will be loaded on an infield hit by Addison Russell. So it's Bryant on third, Zobrist on second, Russell on first. There's 2 outs, and Jason Hayward coming to the plate. Chassin in a jam. There's 2 outs, and the bases are loaded. The Cubs trail by 1. The pitch to Hayward. He struck him out looking, and that retires the side in the third. After 3 innings, the Brewers lead 1-0. Mike Moustakas will lead off the 4th for the Crew against Lester. And he drives a base hit right up the middle, and he's aboard with nobody out. Manny Pena will come to the plate. He's 0 for 1 today. Moustakas takes his lead. Lester with the pitch. He draws a walk. Now Orlando Arcia is up. He's driven in the Brewers' only run. With nobody out and 2 men on, that's Moustakas on second, Pena on first. Not a lot of speed. The pitch. Fly ball to right. Hayward's coming in, and he's going to make the play. 1 for 1 down. Chacin. He's going to bat, although you could make an argument he should not. He's going to bat. Runners on first and second. Does counsel give him the bunt sign? He does. He lays it down, and it's Rizzo to Baez for the sacrifice. And the runners move up to second and third. Moustakas now on third, Pena on second. And Lorenzo Cain coming to bat. Lester in another jam. 2 outs. Cain needs to come through if the Brewers are going to score this inning. Wild pitch chance. No wild pitch. The pitch to Cain. Hit by pitch. Lester hit Cain with a pitch, and that's going to bring up Yelich with the bases loaded. 2 outs, and the bases loaded for Christian Yelich. Not what Joe Madden wanted to see. And I think the Cubs are going to get something going in their bullpen. It's going to be Carl Edwards Jr. quickly, hurriedly warming up. Yelich. Oh for 2 today. The bases are loaded. The Brewers have a 1-0 lead. There are 2 men out. The pitch from Lester is a pass ball chance. Does Ross block it? Yes, he does. The next pitch to Yelich. The bases are loaded. There's 2 men out. Yelich at the plate. Is another chance for Ross. It's another chance for the personal catcher of John Lester. W.G. Oh. Let's check for the error. There's no error, but it is a wild pitch. Ross doesn't block this one. Lester's all over the place, and the wild pitch goes all the way to the wall. That's going to score Moustakas from third. The Brewers lead 2-0. Yelich is still up. It's now Pena on third, Cain on second, nobody on first. They've got the platoon advantage if they stay against Yelich. But if they walk Yelich, they don't have to deal with the MVP, and so they're going to walk him. They're going to walk Yelich and reload the bases, and that'll bring up Ryan Braun against the left-hander Lester. And they're going to get him out of there. Lester's coming out. And Carl Edwards is not quite loose, but he's coming in anyway. And Edwards going to try and get the Cubs out of a 4th inning jam and keep this thing from getting out of hand. Let's reset for you. The bases are loaded. Manny Pena's at third. Lorenzo Cain's at second. And now Christian Yelich is at first base. The Brewers have scored 1 run. They are ahead 2-0 in this game. It's the top of the 4th. Ryan Braun stands in against Carl Edwards, who is not loose yet. But the pitch to Ryan Braun is a swinging strike 3. And that gets the Cubs out of the inning. Madden maybe saves the Cubs bacon on that one, at least for the time being. All right, so we go to the bottom of the 4th. The Brewers leading 2-0. 2-0. Chacin back on the bump for the Brewers. It's the bottom of the 4th. The Cubs trail by 2. Javi Baez stands in. There'll be Baez, Ross, and Edwards in the bottom of the 4th. The pitch to Javi Baez is a swinging strike 3. 1 down. David Ross strikes out. 2 down. Swinging. And Carl Edwards Jr. is due, and I don't think he's going to be batting. They're going to go with Miguel Montero to try and get on the board. Miguel Montero is going to bat for Edwards Jr. We'll have a new Cubs pitcher in the top of the 5th. The pitch to Montero is a comebacker to Chacin. He gloves it and throws to Aguilar, and we have completed 4 innings with the score: Milwaukee 2, Chicago nothing. The new pitcher for the Cubs will be right-hander Justin Grimm. Justin Grimm will pitch at least the 5th inning for the Cubs. He will face the trio of Aguilar, Perez, and Moustakas for the Brewers in the top of the 5th. The Crew leads 2-0. Jesus Aguilar, 0 for 2 today with a strikeout. And he just added another strikeout to his resume, swinging against Grimm. 1 down. Hernan Perez, 0 for 2 today. Line drive, base hit. Perez, he's aboard. Hernan Perez is on. And he's got some speed. He stole 11 bases in 14 attempts in 2018. He's going to try and get the lead. He does not get the lead, and so Moustakas will get his cuts. Moustakas is 1 for 1. He scored 2 runs today. Line drive, base hit, Moustakas to right center. Perez is going to sprint all the way to third. And that's first and third for the Brewers, as another pitcher, 2 more pitchers are going to get up for the Cubs. It's going to be Montgomery and Hamill, a lefty and a righty for double-barreled action in the Cubs bullpen. Pena is 0 for 1. 0 for 1, runners at the corners. And the pitch is a strikeout on a breaking pitch by Grimm, and that's 2 outs, and Arcia steps up. First and third, 1 for 2 today. Arcia drove in the first run for the Brewers. The pitch to him is a walk, and that's not easy to do. Stratomatic. On the 2018 season, Orlando Arcia walked 15 times in 363 plate appearances. He's not quite Rob Piccolo, but he's in that direction. Yuli Chacin is due with 2 outs. He's throwing a shutout. Ah, man. But the bases are loaded. They're going to hit for him, because I think that's what the Brewers would do. I think the Brewers would hit for him here, or Counsell. It's going to be Eric Thames is going to bat for Chacin with 2 out and the bases loaded in the 5th inning. Eric Thames in 2018 hit .219 in 247 at-bats. He hit 16 homers. And if he hits a home run here, this game is on its way to being over. Thames stands in against Justin Grimm, who has reached his point of weakness. That means... That means they're going to go... Oh, boy. That's going to force Madden to go to Mike Montgomery, the left-hander, in the Cubs bullpen. So Montgomery will be the new pitcher. Because Madden knows this is the ball game here too. So Madden goes to Montgomery. The pitch to Thames. Ground ball short, Addison Russell. Addison Russell will make the play to Baez and retire the side. The Brewers load the bases but come up empty in the top of the 5th. They also burn their starting pitcher. So we go to the bottom of the 5th with the score, Milwaukee 2, Chicago nothing. And it's going to be Fowler, Rizzo, and Bryant in the top of the 5th. So it's Corbin Burns, who was warming up before. Corbin Burns is on to pitch here in the bottom of the 5th against the 2016 Cubs. In 2018, Corbin Burns was 7-0 with a 2.61 earned run average. He had 1 save in 38 innings. He was extremely tough. What happened since then? I don't know. Pitching with an injury, maybe. Dexter Fowler, 0 for 2 today with a strikeout. Bottom of the 5th. 2018 Brewers are leading the 2016 Cubs 2-0. Fowler hit to right. That's Yelich. And Christian Yelich will make the play for the first out of the inning. Anthony Rizzo stands in against Burns. 1 for 2 today. And Rizzo hits a ground ball to short. That's Arcia, who will make the throw across to Aguilar for 2 outs. And Chris Bryant. Chris Bryant strikes out swinging at a Burns offering. Burns goes 1-2-3 in the 5th. We go to the 6th with the score. 2018 Brewers leading the 2016 Cubs by a score of 2-0. Mike Montgomery will continue on for the Cubs. Here in the 6th, it's Lorenzo Cain, Christian Yelich, and Ryan Braun, the scheduled batters. And he strikes out Cain. There's 1 down. Christian Yelich is 0 for 2 with an intentional walk. Now facing the left-hander Montgomery for the first time. He hits a base hit past Rizzo, and he's aboard. Yelich is on. Montgomery holds runners pretty well, and so he's going to stay put. Braun stands in against Montgomery. Braun's 1 for 2 today with a double and a whiff and a walk. The pitch to Montgomery is hit to the gap. This is right center. It's down. It's past Fowler. That's going to go all the way to the wall. Yelich to third. Fowler throws to Baez. Baez turns. They're going to try and score Yelich, and the throw is not in time. The Brewers lead 3-0 on a Braun double. Aguilar stands in against Montgomery. Jesus is 0 for 3 today. He strikes out against Montgomery. That's his third strikeout on the day. And Hernan Perez, 1 for 3, with a chance to drive in Braun. And he strikes out swinging at the Montgomery fastball. But the Brewers add a run in the top of the 6th and now lead the 2016 Cubs by a score of 3-0. We go to the bottom of the 6th, and Burns is now done for the day. And it's going to be Zobrist, Russell, and Hayward. And we're going to see Jeremy Jeffress. We're going to see Jeremy Jeffress in the 6th. Jeffress will bat in the 9th spot in the order. And he will face Ben Zobrist, Addison Russell, and Jason Hayward in the bottom of the 6th. The Cubs trail by 3. The pitch is a ground ball to second. That's Perez. He throws to Aguilar, and that's 1 down. Addison Russell stands in. 1 for 2 today. And he draws a walk. Addison Russell draws a walk. Jason Hayward, 0 for 1 with a walk. And he draws another walk. Oh boy, that's going to get Corey Knebel throwing in the Brewer bullpen. Javi Baez is 0 for 2. A long one ties this game. Jeffress to the belt. That's Russell on second. Hayward on first. The pitch home is ball 4. He walked. The bases loaded. Knebel is not yet loose in the bullpen. David Ross with the bases loaded. Montgomery is due next. David Ross stands in. 0 for 2 today. They could hit for him, but they're not gonna. 0 for 2 today. Infield is back, and it's a fly ball to left. Braun's gonna make the catch. Addison Russell is tagging. Ooh. 1 to 15. He's got a 75% chance. There are 2 outs. They're going to send him. Here comes the throw to get Russell at the plate. Is not in time, and Ross hits a sacrifice fly to get the Cubs on the board. 2 outs. And Montgomery is due with Knebel now loose in the bullpen. It's going to be, oh boy. Who is it going to be? There's not a lot of good options in the clutch right now for the Cubs. So they're going to try Tommy La Stella. Tommy La Stella will bat for Montgomery. We'll tell you about La Stella. In 148 at-bats in 2016, Tommy La Stella hit .270 and had an on-base percentage of .357. He's batting lefty. Jeffress is in trouble. There are 2 men on. Hayward's on second. Baez is on first. There's 2 outs. They're going to stick with Jeffress. The pitch. He blows it by Tommy La Stella and gets out of the jam. Wow. We go to the 7th. With the score, the 2018 Brewers 3, the 2016 Cubs 1. And we're going to go to the bullpen because they hit for Mike Montgomery. In the top of the 7th, it's going to be Pedro Strop to face Moustakas, Pena, and Arcia. In the top of the 7th. Moustakas leads off. He's 2 for 2. He scored 2 runs and has drawn a walk. He's hit by a pitch. Strop hit him. And that'll bring Pena to the plate. Moustakas on base 4 times today. Pena, a double play candidate if they can get him to hit it on the ground. Strop to the belt, checks Moustakas. The pitch home is a ground ball to Rizzo. No, it's not. It's a balk chance, but Strop doesn't balk. Another pitch to Pena is a ground ball to third. That's Bryant. Bryant to Baez. Baez to Rizzo, and that is a double play. 2 down. Orlando Arcia. 1 for 2 with a walk. He drove in the Brewers' first run. And he strikes out now against Strop. That retires the Brewers in the 7th. We go to the bottom of the 7th with the score Milwaukee 3 and the Cubs 1. The new pitcher for the Brewers will be Corey Knebel in the bottom of the 7th. On the 2018 season, Corey Knebel was 4-3 with a 3.58 ERA with 16 saves in 55 innings of work. He will face Fowler, Rizzo, and Bryant in the Cubs' 7th. Tense game. Game 1, tense. 0 for 3 for Fowler with a whiff today. The pitch to him is hit to the gap, and nobody's going to get this one. It's off the ivy and drops there. Kane collects it and throws, but Fowler's going to make third, sliding with a triple. Well, that's going to force the Brewers to get Josh Hader up earlier than they want to. And Rizzo stands in against the right-hander Knebel. The Brewers infield is back. Rizzo's 1 for 3. The pitch to Anthony is a swinging strike 3. He couldn't catch up to the Knebel heat. Gas. 1 out in the 7th. Chris Bryant, who's 0 for 2 today, was hit by a pitch in the 3rd inning. Brewers infield still back. He draws a walk. Knebel walks him. Zobrist is due. They're going to let Knebel pitch to him. Hader looks ready in the bullpen. The pitch to Ben is ball 4. One more time, the Brewers have walked the bases, or at least partially walked the bases loaded. And that's going to be it for Knebel. Gotta wonder if they pinch hit for Chacin too early. Here comes Josh Hader to face Addison Russell. He does not have the platoon advantage. Maybe he doesn't need it. The bases are loaded with 1 out. Cubs, the tying run is on second base. Fowler's on third. Bryant's on second. Zobrist is on first. They take their leads. Hader to the belt, and the pitch home to Russell. Russell's 1 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. And Russell hits a ground ball to Arcia. Arcia to Perez. Perez to Aguilar. And Josh Hader has just thrown a double play ball to get the Brewers out of the 7th. Wow. We go to the 8th with the score, Milwaukee 3, Chicago 1. We have a new Cubs pitcher coming on, as it's the parade of the relievers. Hector Rondon is going to pitch the 8th inning for the Cubs. He will bat 9th. And Lorenzo Cain will come to the plate. He's 0 for 3 with a hit by pitch. Rondon to Cain. Draws a walk. He's on. Cain knows how to steal a base. Rondon not especially concerned with base runners. Let's see if Lorenzo can get the lead. Yelich stands in. He works on his lead. He does not get the lead. He does not get a jump. Yelich takes a pitch. The next pitch from Rondon is trouble. That's big trouble. It's a base hit to center field. Kane was off with the pitch. He's going to get all the way to third as Fowler's throw is going to go into second base. Brewers have men at the corners for Braun. And now the Cubs have to get their closer going. Chapman is warming up in the bullpen. Yeah, Chapman's going to get throwing in the bullpen. So Braun stands in. He's 2 for 3 with a double, 2 doubles, and a ribby, and a walk and a whiff. Cub infield is in everywhere. The pitch to Ryan Braun is a fly ball to center field. Fowler's going to catch it. Kane is tagging. And the throw is going to come home. There he goes. And he's safe. Kane is safe standing on a sac fly by Ryan Braun. Braun's second RBI of the day. It's 4-2 Brewers in the top of the 8th. Jesus Aguilar stands in. Yelich on first. Aguilar at the plate. Jesus is 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. And he's got 4 strikeouts. The golden sombrero for Jesus Aguilar. 2 outs. Yelich still on first. Perez standing in. Perez is 1 for 4. 2 strikeouts. And he's got 3 strikeouts as I drop my pen. 3 strikeouts for Perez, 4 strikeouts for Aguilar, but the Brewers add a run, a big insurance run in the top of the 8th as they move Kane around to score and take a 4-2 lead on the 16 Cubs. Hader is still in, facing Hayward, Baez, and Ross in the 8th. And Hayward draws a walk. 3rd walk of the day for Jason Hayward. Javi Baez stands in against Hader. Ground ball, Arcia, Perez, Aguilar, another double play. David Ross stands in against Hader. 0 for 3 today, 0 for 2 today with a sac fly. And Ross strikes out. That retires the Cubs in the 8th. We go to the 9th inning. Aroldis Chapman is coming on for the Cubs. He's their closer in 2016. But they've got to hold them where they are. The Brewers have a 4-1 lead on the Cubs at the moment. All right, so Chapman is on. Moustakas has been on 4 times. He's got 2 hits, a walk, and a hit by pitch. He has scored 2 runs. He's facing the lefty Chapman for the first time and draws a walk. Mike Moustakas has been on base 5 times. Manny Pena, 0 for 3. The pitch from Chapman is a strikeout, swinging for Pena. Orlando Arcia is 1 for 3 with a ribby, a walk, and a whiff. Ground ball 3rd. Nope. Balk chance for Chapman. He does not commit the balk. It's a fly to right. Jason Hayward is going to make the catch, and that's 2 down. And now the Brewers have a decision to make. Josh Hader is due at the plate. Oh boy, what are they going to do here? They're going to hit for Hader with Domingo Santana and take their chances with the bullpen. Domingo Santana will bat for Hader in the 9th inning with 2 men out and Mike Moustakas on first base. Santana in 2018 hit .265 and 211 at-bats with 5 homers. He was a big pinch hitter for the ball club, especially down the stretch. Facing Chapman with 2 outs. Moustakas on first. The pitch to Domingo is a fly ball to left, and Zobrist is going to play this one, and that will retire the side. We go to the bottom of the 9th, and it's going to be a new Brewers closer. And they're going to go with Freddie Peralta to try and close this one. Dan Jennings. Yeah, Dan Jennings. Boy. Dan Jennings and Junior Guerra are warming up in the bullpen, but it's Freddie Peralta to try and finish this one off in the bottom of the 9th. We will start with the pinch hitter for the pitcher. The Brewers lead 4-1 as we go to the bottom of the 9th. The hitter for Chapman will be Wilson Contreras. Batting for the pitcher, Aroldis Chapman, in the bottom of the 9th. Cubs trying for a walk-off. In 2016, Wilson Contreras hit .282 with a .357 on-base average in 252 at-bats. Peralta. Cubs are out of left-handed pinch hitters, or that would be the way to go, but Peralta, very tough on righties. The pitch to Contreras, and he just blew him away. 1 down with gas. Dexter Fowler at the top of the order. 1 for 4 today, a triple, but did not score back in the 7th. Fowler now draws a walk with 1 out, and Rizzo coming up. How do they want to do this? And 1 out, Fowler's on first, Rizzo's coming to bat. Bryant is next. They're going to leave Peralta in there. Rizzo's 1 for 4 with a whiff. The pitch to him is hit deep to right, way back for Yelich, and he is going to make the catch and get it back in. Fowler retreats to first. That one more biscuit for breakfast, and Anthony Rizzo's got himself a home run, and we've got a 4-3 game, but we don't because Yelich caught it. And there's 2 outs in the 9th. Fowler's still on first. There's 2 outs. Chris Bryant is up. Ben Zobrist is on deck. The pitch to Chris is a ground ball third. That's Moustakas. Over to Aguilar. And the Brewers take game 1 by a score of 4-1. Let's look at the line score for the Brewers. 4 runs on 4, 6, 8, 9 hits. And they committed one error, excuse me. For the Cubs, 1 run on just 3 hits. No errors. But they had 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 walks and scored only 1 of them. The Brewers, for their part, had 2, 3, 4, 5 walks and a 6th intentional walk and 2 hit by pitches. And they didn't exactly blow the doors off on offense either. The winning pitcher is Corbin Burns. And, of course, he's 1-0 on the series since this is the first game. The losing pitcher is John Lester. He's 0-1 in the series, and the save goes to Freddie Peralta, and that's the first one of the series. MVP of the game, tough call. A lot of pitching for the Brewers. They made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 relievers work in this one. But Mike Moustakas with a 5 plate appearances and 5 times on base. 2 hits, 2 walks, and a hit by pitch might be the player of the game as well. So, the Brewers take Game 1 of this best-of-3 Stratomatic Super Advanced Series by a score of 4-1. Game 2 back at Miller Park tomorrow. And the opposing pitchers will be Kyle Hendricks for the Cubs against Wade Miley for the Brewers. I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly did. Please click like and subscribe to my channel. Look forward to seeing you again. Thank you for joining me. Have a great day. So long, everybody.